Hello and welcome to Fool's Banter Radio. Today with me I have Josh. Say hello, Josh.
Hello.
Steve.
What?
Hi, Steve.
What? So I guess you're doing the intro now?
And Keith.
What's up?
What's up? No, dude. You're missing something.
How you doing, Keith?
Threw a curveball.
What? I'm still waiting. I'm waiting.
How you doing, Keith?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. I like it. It's so good. What's up, you guys? Today we are missing Brad. Episode 19. That is too bad.
100% gluten-free, 100% Brad-free.
100% Brad-free. Why with the gluten, though? What are you, on a gluten kick right now?
No, I don't know. Brad sounds like bread.
Brad sounds like bread. That's your... No, I think Brad is off in the woods looking for Edwin.
Yeah,
but Edwin never came back. I don't know what happened to him. He might not ever make it back. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Next time on Fool's Banter Z, episode 20, will Brad return?
Oh, boy, he did.
Alright, so we were just talking about Destiny. Destiny is a fucking rage-inducing game sometimes. It can be super fun, though. It has some good stuff. But so you've played a crap ton of the Destiny now, I'm guessing. How's it going, Destiny 2?
Didn't you go back
over
to Destiny 1?
Are you over it? Are you max every character yet?
I got close to... I definitely maxed one out, close to maxing another out, and I got pretty far on the other one. And
what was the first one you maxed out? It was the Titan, right?
Titan, yeah.
You like that shoulder charge, right? That was the coolest thing.
But the shoulder charge sucks in Destiny.
Does it?
Yeah,
Oh,
see,
that's too
there's
bad.
ways to supplement it now. But
It does
the
as
game's
much
slow.
damage as your regular punch.
That's
So
too
it
bad.
just-
So you might as well punch them.
Yeah, that's like the same thing. Like I used to use the Titan, like his bubble, because it was so good.
And so
so
what are we
number
talking?
one,
Are we talking Crucible here, or are we just talking PvE?
both.
anything.
Both,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
the
well,
bubble
I mean,
is real
yeah,
good at
yeah,
Crucible
the
too,
Defender
'cause then you just
Titan
get in
is
there and
really
just
strong.
one punch people. Everybody who comes
One
into
punch
your bubble, and they can't hurt you.
Yeah, or Mobius, the shotgun, it doesn't run out of ammo as long as you hit every shot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
And
awesome.
it's like, but
And-
I feel like they just killed the Titan in two, so I went with Hunter.
really,
Yeah.
really. So
I think they killed everything. The pace is slow.
is it?
I don't
That's too
know.
bad.
Maybe it's just that little bit that I noticed.
Maybe you're just so good at the game now. You're just smashing on everything. It's not a problem for you.
Well,
I think
no,
I feel like the Hunter is more fast paced. Like they
Is
got
it?
the freaking the Arc Strider thing now, where they've got they're like
Like
instead of
maybe
just like the sword,
you
it's like
just
the,
need to try a different fucking character and start trying to
play
consistently
the
play a
Hunter
different
more.
character.
Play the Hunter with like a precision.
And not only that, like the Hunter has that fucking samurai sword,
Golden
and
gun.
that's
What?
fucking awesome.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
awesome.
another thing. Fucking, if you're gonna play Crucible
You
on
need
number
to use
2,
that fucking samurai sword and go invisible, and then go
And-
up behind him and just be like,
the Hunter's the only one. Hunter's the only one that can ever use that thing,
Really,
and it's the
I
fastest
missed
play of
out.
the sword.
I missed out on all of those swords. I played Destiny 1 like crazy, 1,000 hours into that game. Before the like Generation 2, I think is what they called it, stuff came out, and they added the
second
new
expansion.
Ultimates, yeah, and everything. It was like,
My thing is,
That was when it was
I always-
terrible.
really?
well,
yeah.
so I had a lot
awful.
of fun with this, and the reason I loved that game so much was that, in my opinion, the content was all right. It was so. The Nightfalls were cool, and the really hard ones. What were they called again? Was that's just
That
the
was
hardest one?
the hard
hardest
ones
one
were
was
the Nightfall.
The Nightfall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
and
all
then
Nightfall,
but the
yeah.
only good thing about the game, in my opinion, were the raids. I had so much fun in those raids.
You actually did raids?
Yeah, oh yeah, dude, that's the best part of the game.
I did the raids, but that was
Except
only
for
because
Vaulted
I had a
Class
full
was
group
so
of
much
people.
fun. Yeah, well, obviously.
I guess I was in a bad clan because there's fucking.
You didn't get to do them a lot. I did.
Well, no, it was we would do them, but everybody would argue about this.
Oh, yes,
stupidest shit.
it's true,
and
it's
that
true.
killed me. That killed me.
I used a
can't
lot of
deal with that.
LFG sites, and I found that happens a
Yeah.
lot. It's
We
like
have
a lot of people don't agree.
One person in our group that is the one who starts all the arguments.
It's like I can't bring you
and
anywhere.
everybody hates
kid.
Well, I think
Everybody
my
hates
biggest
playing
problem
games
with
with
my
a fan.
my clan leader is he picks a side. It's like, no, you are a clan leader for one. For two, there
it's
is
a
no
video game.
one right way.
Yeah.
There is no one.
That's
Well,
set
so
right
it's
I
way.
don't know. When it comes
it's
to the
really
raids,
funny.
there's
I've always found
pretty set way to
no.
do it.
There's three. Like there's
I guess it depends on what raid we're talking about, right?
depends on what raid, and there's also glitches and like
I hate that. That was another reason why I stopped playing the game, because everybody wants to cheese, and I want to do the raid in its entirety. Crota's Inn, for example, was my
Pointing
my
at her knee.
favorite raid, and what's it called? I love that raid. I was probably within the first like several teams to actually get to the last boss. Me and a good raid group of ours, we started as soon as it came out, and we ran as fast as we can, and we figured everything out on our own. That was really fun too, because nobody knows anything about this raid.
I hate that. That's the part I don't
that's
like.
the best, right? So, and like, I don't even to this day understand how we finished the first part as easily as we did, because groups after that, you know, once I understand how to do the raid, I had such a hard time in that first part where you're running through the darkness. Fuck, dude. That was so satisfying to be able to get to the last boss, and now I'm like looking on Twitch and I'm like, oh yeah, like there's only like one streamer that's here right now. There's no way that we're not in the like top 100 dudes to be here. It was super awesome. Fucking love that raid. But then now everybody knows how to do it, and they're like jumping over the freaking bridge in the one part where you have to fight all of those. Oh god, what were those guys called?
Sword cancel gliding.
Yeah, exactly. That ridiculous. And that was like the best sequence in the raid too, man. That shit.
Really?
Did you play that?
No, I didn't play any of the raids.
The raid I really liked was
he only played enough. Like he only got a couple hours at a time, so you don't like Crucible.
How many raids were there in the first one?
Oh, you know, so I don't know. I only played Volta Glass and Crotazan. Those are the only 2 raids I ever played. I stopped playing.
What was after that? What was after Proto?
It was like
the whole king thing. I don't remember what it was.
The Taken King. The Taken King.
Yeah. Oh, that was the best raid.
That was
crazy hard. That was good.
I was disappointed.
Taken King, and then there was like a Rise of the Machine.
Yeah, Wrath of the Machine.
So there were 4.
Wrath of the Machine. The best part about Wrath of the Machine for me, you were talking about how you hate the glitches. I never once even started that raid with my friends, but I would go in there by myself every week, and there was a way that you could get to all the chests by glitching through the map.
Oh my goodness.
And I would spend like an hour a day doing that and getting all the chests. Of course you couldn't get the boss chest, which was where the good loot was from, but
that's ridiculous.
It was great. It was crazy. You had to like do this weird parkour, like going outside of the map and then sword canceling up like this weird slope.
See, and that's why I wanted to learn that shit. I was like trying to learn how to do team shit and like glitching. The glitches that were worth it, you know, like you don't get glitches you get through.
I don't know. There's like I don't know about glitches, but like a little bit of cheesing was more what I saw. Like on the Templar, you would just sit up on that ledge that you started at, and you just shoot them from there. That was really cheesy. You only had to send one person down with the shield. Actually, though, when you were the guy down there with the shield, that was the best part of that sequence because you're just like running around dodging freaking. I don't even remember what any of these things are called anymore. The Hydras, is that what they were? The weird little dudes with the tentacles and shit.
No.
What the fuck?
We're talking like the Templar fight, I believe is what his name was, and he had all of those little like oracles maybe? No.
I don't remember what.
Anyways.
We're talking about the
This is Volta Glass raid. This is Destiny 1 Volta Glass.
I don't know.
The Vex?
Yeah,
Harpies. The Harpies. Thank you. Oh my
triangular
things. Yeah, the Harpies. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of the raid on like Destiny 2. I've seen the majority of the raid on Destiny 2, and it's.
I've seen all of the raid on Destiny 2.
I haven't.
I like was like whatever, I'll go watch it on Twitch. So I've seen enough different Twitch streams to piece together how the raid goes. It looks really fun, but yeah, the coolest part about the raids is the required cooperation. Everybody has a job, everybody has to do their job, and for the most part, nobody can die. That's very important.
The only reason why I had a problem with it was the fact that they didn't have their own actual group areas to meet up with people.
A matchmaking.
Yeah.
That's
one good thing about Destiny 2. They have the guided games.
You have to kind of look outside a game and go to LFG Destiny or even subreddits. I actually created a subreddit. It's the only subreddit I've ever created. It has about 20,000 subscribers. I'm serious. It's called Destiny Sherpa, r/Destiny Sherpa. And it's a Reddit designed specifically to bring in new people and help them learn how to do the raids and help them get through that.
I wonder if that's what kind of started the guided games in Destiny 2.
It probably had something to do with it.
The guided games, I don't know if you know what it is, but it's like you need the majority of people in one clan, and they have to have a mic on, and then they can take a random through like the Nightfall.
Just one, okay.
Or if it's the raid, there has to be 4 and then 2 randoms.
Yeah, so you got one person who doesn't really know what's going on, and then you got people that can help them through it. Yeah, and I created that community back when I saw the need for it out. But after I stopped playing, I just kind of gave up moderation for it, and I let it go.
So dead.
And the people, no, dude, it's got 20,000 subscribers, and it's cracking all the time, dude. It's pretty awesome. I'm actually really stoked about that. I
go
go back and look at it sometimes, like, yeah, look, that's my name right there. Sparky Tits.
Are you the only mod?
No. I created it.
To give people mod.
And I went into Destiny. I went into the Destiny subreddit, and I was looking for people to take it on. And there was one person in particular who took it on from the very beginning, and he is the like the head honcho of the subreddit now. He like sends me messages every now and then. He's like, hey man, thanks for all this and blah blah blah. And I've been loving doing this moderation shit. It's been really fun and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. That's my contribution to Destiny before I took off. It's still running strong.
I always used, and it was kind of weird, but I used the PlayStation. What was it called? The
like
communities.
Forums or whatever. Yeah, okay. Okay.
I used those to get people, and
yeah, I was. On
I'd get people that are good at it, but they were doing good with it, and they'd get annoyed like me with all these people they argue about stuff. They're stop arguing.
Just if you're not using this weapon and this weapon, and if you don't have these boots on when you're the Titan, and if you're not this light level, I don't like that stuff.
Well, yeah, you'd get those too, but even the good ones that were good, like, I got through them with raids through those people before I got through raids with my clanmates, and I was like, I don't know what to do because these people.
Yeah, people. I don't. It's the internet. We know.
Yeah, it was funny. I said it to Keith. I was like, yeah, dude. I don't really think I've had a whole lot of problems with video game social media.
Video game.
That's all on you, dude. Yeah. I have no fucking clue about fucking video game social media.
Oh, jeez. Destiny.
Kind of on a similar topic. Well, I've been playing a lot more Smite lately.
Oh my goodness, fucking sake!
Shut up and listen. It has to do. It's
okay.
Similar.
Sorry.
So there's they have adventure modes, which is like they do like different game modes every once in a while, like for like a month straight.
Is it PvE content?
And
or
there
PvP?
is some PvE. They're called the dungeons. They have 2 different dungeons. This is the second one that they're on now, but it's amazing because it's like kind of like
a Destiny
like a raid.
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds amazing!
And it's like PvE, and you get like 3-person co-op.
That would get me interested in playing.
It's fantastic, but there's 3 difficulties. There's easy, hard, and then nightmare. Nightmare is not even unlocked yet. It's not until next patch. But I still haven't touched hard mode, and I'm not going to until I have every item, because the way it works is you start out, the very first time you play, you have no items. And MOBAs are all about the items. You start at a level 20, but you have no items, and you open chests. As you open chests, you get gold, and then you can use that gold to buy items, or the chests have a chance to give you, like, the weak items. So, yeah, there's, like, 3 different types of chests you can buy. There's, like, Tier 1 items, Tier 2 items, and then Tier 3 items. And it's, like, the price goes up in gold. Sometimes you can get, like, rubies out of the chest, and if you've paid, it's, like, 900 gems, which equates to, like, $10.
So is this kind of like a combo of like a World of Warcraft style rating? Is what it sounds like.
Kind of, yeah. It kind of is.
And like, so you keep the items that you get, right?
Yeah.
You obtain items. You got an inventory of them and all.
Yeah,
that
but
stuff.
it's like when you get the items, it's like the normal like Smite game where you get in there and you just buy the items. You don't have to pay for it in this mode, but it's like.
So it's all the same items as you get.
Yeah, the same items as you get.
That system works very much like League of Legends system, right? Okay, because I've never actually played Smite.
Yeah.
I'm like, just another.
It's just
MOBA.
Basic MOBA.
Who cares? You know, the only MOBA that I really like is Heroes of the Storm, just because like I've been so invested in the Blizzard franchise for so long. I love those guys.
But it's
every single time I try to queue on that game, like I can never get into a fucking queue with people on that goddamn game.
Patience? I don't know.
How long does a queue usually take in
minutes.
that game?
I can't
Smite's
tell
like
you.
if you hit 3 minutes, there's something wrong. Restart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
If it's over 3, because it's a free game on the Xbox.
And I've waited like 5 straight minutes on fucking Heroes of the Storm
That's
and
ridiculous.
just nothing, and I'm like,
man.
oh my god,
I
how the hell am I even supposed to be able to play this?
Are you
fucking
playing on
game?
the console or computer?
I don't think it's even on the console.
Yeah, I
on
don't think
console,
so.
right?
It wouldn't work on the console. I don't think so, personally.
But Smite works on the console because it's third person. It's not the top down.
That sounds really interesting.
It's good. You should try it.
Yeah, because I really love that cooperative
How about you
gameplay.
can fucking try some damn Paragon first? Like, god.
It's not a basic.
There's too many games to play, and I only play one of them. It's called EVE Online.
Yeah.
EVE Online and PUBG are my games lately. And then, like, I'm going to try to play Kerbal. Kerbal Space Program is such a great...
Kerbal Spurs Program.
With all his or whatever.
Man.
But I'm, like, so bad at that game. Like, I don't know how many times I've done the tutorial. I still have such a difficult time.
Have you ever gotten into orbit?
Yes, I've gotten into orbit, and I've successfully landed, right? But then you, like, don't play for a month
But you
or
haven't
two.
even haven't landed on the moon?
No, I've never been to a different body of.
The best I've done is I landed on the moon and stranded the guy. And I was like, oh, now I need to start a savior mission. And I just never could do it. It's so hard, dude. That game is really hard.
Yeah, it is. It is. It does actually require a little bit of knowledge of actual like aerodynamics and
you actually have to have like
orbital
be able to
mechanics and all that good
know
stuff.
like your trajectory and stuff like that.
Understanding delta V is a really popular term, and every time I watch a stream, you'll hear delta V like fucking every 10 minutes. Oh yeah, dude. Well, okay, so one of my favorite streamers, Zarvox Thorol, I love you, dude. He's an EVE Online streamer. He's this really awesome PvP streamer, but he also plays Kerbal a lot too. And he's just like, not only is he entertaining, but he's actually really smart. He went to school for that kind of stuff. And it's just entertaining to watch him. I don't watch too many streamers, but that's one guy that anytime I see him on, I'll go check him out.
I'll say one last thing about that Smite thing.
We're not done with Smite. I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's because you get these like really high, these like the top tier items and like the stuff like you would want in like a PvP build, and so you could wreck people. And I got like my first like, because you get 6 items. I think my first like 6 items, like rolls of like the epic chest, which gives you the top tier items, were all perfect items for a build.
Ooh.
3 life still and an attack speed and crit, and then an extra attack speed. But the extra attack speed gives you more damage every hit.
That's beautiful.
And I can solo easy mode.
Oh, nice.
Like, both the bosses, the super hard boss at the end, and, like, just everything, I can solo it. So I'll go in there, and just people will just, like, it'll be their first game, they have no items, and I'll just start running through the thing, and they're following me around, and they keep dying over and over again.
Can't even catch up hardly,
and I'm just, like, murder everything. I never seem to take damage because my lifesteal is so high.
Now, can you solo the hard mode, though?
I still haven't touched hard mode. I'm not going to.
Is it character-specific, the items that you get?
So there's magical and physical. And like you can
obviously that's kind of specific.
In this game mode, you can put any item on any character.
But obviously you don't want to give a spellcaster.
You don't get the effects.
Speed. Yeah.
Like if you get physical damage, it won't really help you
because you don't do any. Because all your skills are set too, just like a typical MOBA. Right?
Yeah.
It's like this is my 5 skills, queue through whatever.
Yeah. So I got a perfect build for the hunter, which is the archer. Just is the best damage in the game. And it's just like all this lifesteal, and I just use a hunter who has like base lifesteal on his main attack.
Are you proud of yourself?
And
you sound so happy about that.
It's so fun because these people like they just like stand back and watch it, and there's in the first boss there's a point where he has like a whirlpool effect that pulls you in, and if you're closer to him, it does more damage, and it like affects the entire map except for the very edge in the corner. So I just like spam people. I'm like, save yourself, save yourself, and I
click over that
I
spot.
ping the corner. Yeah, I ping the corner like a million times and tell him to go in the corner, and I just go next to the boss and just hit him, and I can out damage him. And people are like, what the hell? And it's so funny when like people are like apologizing when they die like 20 times.
I'm so sorry, and you're like, I don't care.
I'm just like, because there's all these voice commands you can do with like controller combos, and I'm just like, no problem, good game.
Is there a
like,
penalty
over and over
to
again.
dying?
It does get a little bit harder. The enemies do a little bit more damage than you when you die.
Yeah. So if you die a crap ton of times, it just becomes like impossible.
Yeah. So these people like die instantly on the second stage, and I'm just like, okay, I'll fight everything at once and still be fine.
Is there a way that you could tell what their power level might be?
Yeah, I mean, if you're familiar with the game, you can like based on the items they have, you can tell how good they're gonna do. Like if they have nothing but level 1s, like I'll see like a mage, like somebody will choose the healer, and then they'll have like a couple of tier 1 magical items, and then like a tier 1 like physical crit item, and I'm like, okay, they don't have anything, so they're not gonna be helpful at all. Because they're using a physical item on a magical character.
Freaking noobs, get out of my game.
No, I'm fine with that. I enjoy running these people.
Yeah, I agree. I did that same thing on Destiny.
Every other game, it'll be like 2 people that are like together in a party. They'll invite me to the party. Be like, hey, can we do more runs?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. People
I've had like 6 people add me as friends in the last 2 days.
I love doing that. That's how my Xbox friends list ended up with like 100 and something people on it. Because you meet so many people doing this stuff. You're like, oh yeah, you're cool, and then you might play with them one time, and then they'll just be
yeah, exactly. I haven't played with any of the people that added me.
I don't have a console anymore. I'm a strictly PC gamer. The only console I want is the Switch for that Mario Odyssey, for that Zelda. I think I'm talking about this stuff.
Yeah, I want to switch.
I want to play Zelda.
I think that might be my Christmas gift to myself.
Really? Let me borrow your Switch. That's pretty cool.
That's funny.
What's so you got Rocket League on on the Switch, didn't
I
you?
don't have Rocket League.
I thought you
on
were
the
gonna
Switch.
get that. I'm so disappointed in you. What do you play Rocket League on?
The PS4.
The PS4. Okay. I have a hard time playing Rocket League on the console because there's like this input lag. Have you ever played it on the PC?
Yeah. Well, no, I haven't played it on the PC, but see, my way I've been thinking about the consoles lately in comparison to the computer is my thumbs. Like the mouse that I use is a trackball from my thumb, and
That comes from Keith.
Dude, I can't. It's probably the same one.
Yeah, I know, right? Keith loves.
I remember that shit. I was like 10, and I remember that. I was like, what the fuck is this
playing
shit?
Diablo 2 on that was
like, this is
difficult for
awful.
a while, man. I cannot stand that.
I
mouse.
loved it. Like I bought the mouse. It was my mouse. I liked it, but I learned that my thumbs aren't as capable of doing things as like my entire fucking hand.
Yes,
know?
that's absolutely true. There's a huge difference between.
That's why.
And like ever
this.
since I've noticed that with the trackball mouse on the computer, like I've just had a hard time with the controllers because I just feel like my thumbs can't do as much as my fucking hands can.
Yeah, no, you literally can't look like. I remember in Overwatch they had to nerf Torbjorn's turrets because people just cannot look at him fast enough. They can't look at the turrets fast enough.
Yeah.
It takes them too long.
Well,
as with the mouse,
on,
you can kind
on the console because balance is always different for console.
Yes,
and PC
yeah,
because
that's true.
You're so much more accurate on the with the mouse.
Absolutely.
Torbjorn
And
was
I
a
don't know.
fucking pain in
I'm
the
curious
ass.
about if you're as accurate with the trackball. I wouldn't.
I doubt it. I don't think so.
Why do you like the
I
trackball
gotta
so
say,
much?
I guarantee you I can be just as accurate.
Yeah, I imagine.
I want to test it because there's certain games you can test it where you could.
Some
Like,
crazy Widowmaker flick shots or something.
No. Like you
see,
go on like
people
CS:GO and download like an aim testing map, and it'll show you like your accuracy, and you can plug in a different mouse and try that.
You know how people always keep their finger completely on the trackball itself? I don't. Like I'll be when I'm doing this, gentle movements, I will. But when I'm going for like fast, like I want to look up at this part of the screen, I'll just flick it.
What?
And I can feel the
Sorry, you gotta have
the
sound
sound
effects.
effects.
I knew you couldn't see what he was doing, but I needed sound effects for that.
Yeah, you're kind of talking with your hand. You like to do that on the audio only podcast.
No, sorry, continue.
You flick the ball of the mouse and it like rolls it, and then you could stop the mouse, and it's like so you could just look really quickly.
Oh, that makes perfect sense because usually you just kind of flick your hand over until you get where you need to be. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so instead you just like flick the ball over and then stop it, and then it just like spins completely around. Like,
I can see how
10
you could get good at that. I mean, you've been doing it for years, ever since I knew you. From God, how long have we known each other? More than 10 years too, I think at this point.
Yeah.
More than 10 years.
Cat.
Huh?
We were having a conversation about how old my cat was earlier.
What? He's Sneaky, right?
Yeah, he's 10.
And then
He's almost 11.
what was
years old.
Comment before him?
Ooh,
How
he
long-
was almost as old as I was. He was like almost 20.
Yeah,
when
I
he
remember
died.
him from our childhood. Man. Poor guy. I miss you, Kami. Rest in peace.
He's buried right over by that rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's buried in the backyard.
Buried by that rock.
That's pretty cool, man. He was an awesome kitty cat. Why did we get on kitty cats? We're talking about video games here.
Well, he said 10 years. I'm sorry.
So I wanted to talk about Minecraft. I haven't played that game in a really long time, but somebody was telling me.
You're gonna say Minecraft the way you
Somebody
said
was
that.
telling me that they wanted to start
shit.
a Minecraft server.
Okay, yeah. So like, okay, give me just a second. I will get back to this Minecraft server. But this weekend that we're recording this right now, Minecon is going on.
Minecon, where is it?
And I have no fucking.
Oh yeah,
clue.
dude. How much have you heard about Minecon?
At Minecon right now, there was a vote at Minecon, and they had all the fans vote for one of 4 mobs.
There's a
put
new
in the
mob
games.
coming.
Yeah.
It's a new like
What
special mob.
What is it gonna be?
It's in the sky.
In the
Yeah,
sky.
Actual,
they
like,
had
combat
4
and
mobs, and they like created like 30-second videos for each one that they
Did you
played at Minecon.
something you might not have noticed? All the mobs were like the 4 basic elements: earth, wind,
Yeah,
fire,
fire,
wind.
and water. Yeah.
That's true. I didn't
So
even
it's
think
weird
about
though
that.
because the mob that got voted is the one that's in the air, but they're focusing on the water for this next update. They're adding like seaweed and shit and dolphins
cool.
and
So they're probably gonna add that. I guarantee that they're gonna add all of those.
yeah,
mobs
they're gonna
at
add
some
all
point.
4, but
But like they're whichever one they're gonna do first, and it's really cool because this flying mob, the way that it works is it tracks insomnia. So if you spend several nights without you sleeping, those fucking things are gonna come out of the sky, and there's gonna be like a whole flock of them. They're just gonna come beat your
they're
fucking
basically
ass.
like flying manta rays. They look like.
Yeah, and they're just gonna come beat your fucking ass if you stay awake.
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
What? That game is getting so amazing. I've been waiting for it to just kind of really
Kick off
beef
into-
up.
You know what's kind of weird though? They also announced that they're gonna take away like most of the functionality of using your offhand. Like you can't place blocks with your
Oh,
offhand.
motherfucker! Are they really gonna
I was
do
like,
that?
that was one of the best features of my opinion. I love being able to like block with the shield.
Flip that damn
and,
table.
like,
Are you fucking
have
serious?
torches in one hand while you're mining and just place a torch instead of having to switch.
I'm such an OG Minecraft player. I literally have never used the offhand for anything but like holding torches.
I use it for everything.
That was the best thing that it was for. Is the torches while
Yeah.
you're mining.
Or just carrying a fucking bucket of water on you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good too. Lava falling, all kinds of.
Or
crazy
yeah,
stuff.
just like jumping off a fucking mountain in your offhand, you always have a bucket of water, so you could just place it down on your feet. Right
It took me a really long time to learn that you could do that. I'm not gonna.
Well, the bucket of water to save yourself from fall damage.
I don't know how many times you're building like these crazy cliff top freaking mansions or whatever, and one little freaking slip up takes you to your death, and then you have to like climb down there and pick up all your crap. For some reason, it just never dawned on me for the longest time. Probably.
I never really learned how to do that like he did.
So
that takes
it's really funny. Like
it takes like you have to like look down and click it really quick, but you have to be within the block.
It's really
That's one
funny
thing I
because like I would do it so consistently, and I do, I do that so consistently, and then Keith tries to do it, and he like dies every single time, and it's fucking funny.
The only time I don't die is when I'm putting water things. Like I literally make a waterfall thing,
just so you can climb back up stuff.
Yeah, I'll fall that direction.
That is the greatest ladder. A waterfall is the greatest ladder.
Nobody knew what it was.
This is imitation of climbing up water or whatever. This impossible feat that that this Minecraft dude can do, along with being able to carry like what is it like so many hundreds of times.
Yeah, there was that video where they figured out how much a block of diamond was, and like if you had a full inventory of blocks of diamond, it would be like more than the solar system weighed.
And then those new boxes came out that you can fill up and then put them in your inventory, so that's like insane.
I still haven't played with that. Yeah.
The shulker boxes?
Yeah, I still haven't. I've never even
they're really hard to get.
Yeah.
They're so hard to get, and I just like don't have the patience to do it by myself.
That's why
I think this is perfect timing for it, because like I'm planning on starting a Minecraft server, and I have 2 computers, and I could start a server on one of them.
Well, okay, hold on. So, from experience of running Minecraft servers before, do not use your own equipment to do this. Just rent a server, $10-15 bucks.
No, there's nothing wrong with using your own equipment.
It depends on your equipment. What is the computer that you're trying to run this off?
I mean, I don't know like the specs.
You don't know the specs, and you are already in the wrong place. This is bad for you. Trust me, I've done this a fuck ton of times. Steve has done it, right? You know some of the complexities of running a server on your own.
I know a lot about that.
Do you?
Running the server now.
And
the only thing I've never got into is plugins, which you knew.
Well,
I know more about the modding.
They're a lot different now. It's a lot different in how that used to work. It used to be a little bit simpler, a bit simpler, but now it's just not quite.
What is it, like $10 a month or something like that?
You can
like
get
the Minecraft Realms.
So Realms is like, and that's a good thing too. That's actually really cool because it leaves you in these constraints where you can't break your game too much, and it's more interesting to create with command blocks. Because if you have mods, then there's no use for command blocks really. Huh?
Mods are amazing.
Mods are amazing, and you know, and I like Tech-It, I like Tinkers, I like most of the stuff in the Feed the Beast, right? But the problem with that is when you add all those mods in, number one, it's harder for your server computer to run it. It's way harder for your server computer to run it, and number two, it's harder for your actual client to run it, right? People that you expect to want to come play, they have to have kind of decent computers to play heavy mods like Feed the Beast or whatever. But they are really cool and something that you could look into. But yeah, I wouldn't run it on your... If you don't even know how much RAM that you have to dedicate to it, do you have a number? Do you even know what it means to dedicate RAM to your server?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like,
okay, sorry. I'm not going to be an asshole.
How much RAM would it take?
Well, so in this day and age, with as heavy it is, at vanilla, probably 4 gig, 3 or 4 gig.
Vanilla? 4 gig?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, let's say 2 gig.
Yeah, I'd say 2
you get
for vanilla.
2 gig, and you could have probably 4 or 5
because like I have like 16 gigs inside my computer.
Yeah, but you don't want to dedicate the entire... Now, is this computer the server's coming off of? Wherever the server is running, and you want to dedicate probably, I'd like to say 4 gig at least.
So what I do when I'm doing like a server just for like, say like Brad's gonna jump on with me, like Tech-It or something.
Oh well, that's easy.
I will do
1 gig.
I only have 8 gigs, and I will do like 4 for the server and 3.5 for the client. and then just basically only have Discord running in the background.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
gotta
not
keep
taking
it
any
real
more RAM
light.
usage. Yeah,
but you're playing the game and running the server off the same computer.
Yeah, and
it'll help if
runs
you're
perfectly.
not.
Is that
Yeah.
It'll help if you're not. Absolutely.
He has an extra computer that he'll.
And I'm not saying you can't try it either, because it's 100% free to try it. Please do. But my recommendation is check it out, and if it doesn't work, we can all check it out. Maybe.
I've always had a hard
about-
time. I think Steve.
But I
needs
think
to
that could be
help me
really
out
fun. I
with
think we
that.
can have some really awesome adventures on Love Minecraft is getting a lot better.
Discord's awesome. We can.
If you wanna
just
come
do
hang out,
screen
like-
sharing on Discord.
Really?
Now.
We
I
can
can
talk
see
about this
everything you're doing and just walk you through it.
Yeah, we
That sounds
definitely should get
I
onto
vote
that. I love
for
Minecraft.
either Sky Factory or Tech It.
That's what I was gonna say.
I was gonna say that. Skyblock and any kind of like
Well,
where you
Sky-
start
have you
in
seen
the sky.
Sky Factory?
So I
No.
think we all just decided on playing Sky Factory. 'Cause I know,
Keith,
I
yeah.
have played
Everybody
so
loves Sky
much
Factory.
Sky Factory in my days on Keith's
Oh, God.
Keith's
Dude.
computer that he got from you. I fucking transferred that bitch into like that was my testing computer for learning how to use mods in Minecraft and
Awesome.
shit. And like
How is Brad in
I
this
played
group
the
the only one that
fuck
had never
out
heard
of
of
played
Sky
Sky
Factory beforehand?
I don't know. Well, probably because he's not right here right now.
Did he not?
Well, no,
has he never heard of
10
it, or has he never?
episodes.
Has he never heard of it, or has he never listened?
No,
to it?
I don't know. Brad
To it.
played a lot of Minecraft back when, but he's only ever got back onto it like a few times, as far as I could tell.
We started a Sky Factory server, and he got on, and it was all good and fun. And then he got off, and I was like, I still want to play.
He
So-
literally,
The problem with Sky
he
Factory
will-
is if you continue without someone, they'll come in and they're like, oh my god, there's so much new shit, and they don't want to
they
play.
want to do anything. Brad likes to just build something cool really quick, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm cool with that. Bye, guys." That's what he typically does in my
Sky
experience.
Factory. Is that what we're doing? We should do
So
it, Sky
we're gonna be streaming this, or at least I am.
I will stream
I'm
it
gonna
up.
be streaming.
Go
it.
ahead and provide your Twitch.
And yeah, I'm gonna.
Plug, shameless
We'll
plug.
put it in the description of the video.
Well, you could say it too.
I mean-
it's good to put.
Well,
I don't think we
we're on
know.
Twitch.
Oh, we
and
don't- you don't know
Mixer.
what you wanna call it
The
yet?
problem is, I have at least me and Brad both have our personal Twitch, but then we
Uh-huh.
have the Fool's Banter Twitch, which
Well,
is
might
what
as
we
well-
want to do.
might as well
Yeah,
use
see,
Fool's
that's the
Banter.
issue
But
because
we
like
also
I
have-
have my personal Twitch that I was thinking about using, but at the same time I could just use the Fool's Banter one. So
Yeah,
it's
we
like-
also have the Mixer.
I mean, that's
all the Mixer,
that's
the
up
personal
to
Mixer
you.
accounts that we've set up.
That's why I said we'll just put it in the description.
That's okay.
And
Okay,
we'll
so
just figure
check
it
the
all out.
description for where to find this Twitch
That's
channel.
in the
that
outro.
and then we will, hopefully start up some Sky Factory soon. That actually sounds really exciting. Get some really
like
cool mods. in
I'm saying, like within the
If
next
that
week or
server is
two.
staying up consistently, I will play. way
So
too much.
that
It won't be.
It won't be.
It
it
won't
won't
be,
stay
Steve.
on.
No.
No,
I'm
okay,
not
so
gonna let you
also
do that.
here's the other
for it.
thing about running a server. If you want to run a server for all of us to use at home, it needs to be up all the fucking time. Otherwise, we don't care that much, right? We need to be able to
But
access
at the same time, like he
anytime.
was saying with Sky Factory, if one person just continues playing on and then the other people jump on, it's gonna be like, what the fuck just happened?
Well, I mean, that's kind of.
And
I
I
get
don't-
what you're saying with that, but you just kind of got to get over that and like create a
Yeah,
space for
I guess-
yourself to build
And
and
then
build at your pace.
Because there's a million mods in there.
Well-
Just do the mod you want. Because like when I get in there, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start focusing on getting to Draconic and doing like.
Oh, you're gonna be doing okay. I'm
like
cool
the
with
magic
that.
stuff.
Because
I want to do the
I
magic
was-
stuff because
I
I'm
was-
always about the technical stuff. When
I
I play.
like doing both the ME systems.
Oh yeah,
Well,
so much
somebody better
fun.
set up that ME
so
immediately.
satisfying the ME
The
system.
Emmys and the automatic fucking sieves and all that shit.
Good,
And
'cause that's the one one thing I don't like.
Magical crops is another one that I like to
I'll
get
help
into.
him with that too. That's
Yeah,
like
Keith
this-
plays the
I'm
fuck
gonna-
out of
I'm
it.
gonna-
farming, Keith?
I'll create the super
I-
bosses for us to
there's
fight after
way
I've
out-
got everybody like full
I used to do
Draconic.
the farming in a way that
If any of you guys would
Blows
want
up.
to do some research, there's also like the deep dark, and I don't
Yep,
understand
I know
how
how to
the
do that.
fuck that works at all.
What you
know
do
how to
is
do
you
that?
Seen that
compress
one.
cobblestone and keep compressing cobblestone until
Oh,
you have 8
yes.
blocks of the most compressed cobblestone, and then you no. I think maybe it's just like one of the most compressed, and when you put
It's-
it down, it just creates a
It's
portal
still
for the
like
deep
it's
dark.
so much cobblestone to get. I remember that, and you can set up machines to automate the
Yeah.
cobblestone process. You just feed it cobblestone,
Yep.
it just runs all day. I
Just
remember that. That's really cool.
cobblestone
Like,
generator at the
straight
highest tier,
tower of fucking lava fucking cobblestone generators.
yeah.
So let's
my
talk
God.
about what we actually like to do in Minecraft. Minecraft is a sandbox, and there's a shit ton of things to do.
Well, like-
but what do you like to do, Keith? What's fun?
I
to do
like
with Minecraft?
creating the mobs and destroying them.
What?
like mob
Holy
farms.
shit.
And I
mob
like
farms.
creating huge buildings.
Keith really likes gathering mass tons of resources to the point of where you'll never need resources.
You know,
ever
I dig
fucking
that
again.
because I fucking hate mining. I don't know how many times I've started a new game and I'll just give myself like a bunch of the diamonds, iron, all that stuff because I
Really?
just don't want to mine. All I want to do is build and
See,
redstone.
best-
And that's awesome because like I'm the opposite. I like. So me and Keith were always a perfect pair when we'd play because Keith would just sit around and fucking
Gather everything
a
for you.
fuck ton of resources for whenever I need it, and then I'd just go off and be like, "Hey Keith, I found a fucking horse. Hey Keith, I found a mob spawner. Look at this. I'm gonna create a fucking automatic mob spawner." Like,
Oh yeah,
crazy
those
shit
are
like
always
that.
fun. What do you can use Silk Touch, right, on them and move them around?
Nope.
No, you
Not
can't do
anymore.
that. Oh, you have to build around them. Okay, that's
You
right.
can move them with
I'd like
pistons
to.
now, can't you?
No.
No, you can't even move
The-
with
the-
pistons anymore.
No.
They're as strong
Oh,
as
no,
fucking.
that's
They're as
right.
like heavy.
It's
as
okay
bedrock.
though, because we're gonna play Mine Factory, and you can just pick up spawners and fix them.
How
You get
so?
broken
Is there like a
spawners and-
shop? Because in
A
every
shop?
sky platform, you usually have to give yourself like a villager that you can buy certain things from that you wouldn't able to be able to obtain otherwise. How does that
No,
work?
No, it's
So-
just millions of crafting recipes.
So here's the thing about Sky Factory. Sky Factory, you literally start out on one tree, on one block of dirt, and the goal is to create the entire world, create everything.
Using what
And
you have.
there's a bunch of mods. I think there's like 200 something mods in Sky Factory 3.0. And it's just all this stuff you can just automate it to like create materials.
So the general process of it is you just you create a bigger platform with the first tree, and then you plant saplings and keep on fucking replenishing these saplings. Keep on growing these trees over and over again until you get like oak barrels that
yeah,
you make
can
with
make
wood.
compost barrels.
And then you take the saplings or leaves or apples or any sort of organic material and you put them into this barrel, and then once it fills up to 100%, it does a little overtime thing and creates dirt.
So
And
they
then
give
that
you
lets
some interesting in-game mechanics to work up
Yes,
from
that's why
literally
it's so
one
good.
tree
Yeah,
and a
that's
plot
why
of
it's so
dirt.
good.
And you have to be so careful because if you fall and you lose everything, that's such a pain. I'm sure.
Well, the thing
Actually-
is, there's when you die, because you fall into the void. Obviously, when you
Yeah.
die at the very last block, it'll spawn your grave,
A
and you go
tombstone
down there
of
and you
you.
punch your grave, and,
it's-
you get your shit back.
I
mean,
don't like that.
Well,
I like being able to lose everything. That's part of the fun.
Well, if you break your grave and you don't pick it up, then everything will fall into the
But
void.
see, the grave thing is a little bit risky. Like, I mean, not even risky in the sense, but like it's a little bit exploitable because when it spawns that grave, it spawns it on top of a block of dirt.
yeah, so you can
And-
technically create dirt like that, but
I thought it was on top of a
Exploit.
stones.
nah, it's
No, it's on top of dirt.
Oh yeah. it is.
So, do you still have access to the Ender, to the Nether
Yep.
with it? There's
Yeah,
all that
and
still
it
there?
even spawns in the Nether fortresses still.
Okay.
They're just floating in midair. So you have
And
to like.
Man, the more we talk about this, I can't wait to start playing. That's gonna
And
be
Oh,
awesome.
it's
yeah,
a
like
lot
the
more
end,
crazy when you go
the
in
end is great. There's no platforms; it's just the obsidian pillars, so you
Uh-huh.
have to be able to fly to fight the dragon.
Oh, so it's
You have to get
Ender mode.
But you
There's
can make like
rocket packs
jetpacks.
and
Yeah, you can make
Ender
jetpacks
hard
so you
mode.
can get
Oh, that's
jetpacks
right.
to
Ah,
fly around and fight the dragon.
So those are a little bit too far. All the jetpacks and the like the
No,
mining
it's really
guns.
not.
way more advanced.
Because I
You can
remember
make-
me and Brad used to play, and I'm pretty sure this is part of the mod pack. I bet is there's this scatter gun that you can shoot, and it destroys crap tons of material around you, and you just scoop it all up, and you can just do a 360 and just clear out a huge cavern in the
I
Nether.
don't think
and
that
end
mod
up
is
with so okay,
in there.
cool. I didn't like that so much.
There is-
I don't like it when it makes it too easy, like Tinkers, for example.
So just being
it's
able
cool,
to
but it
fly-
makes it a
Tinkers
little
is in
too
there,
easy.
Tinkers
but
is in there.
it's-
Tinkers is fucking awesome. I love Tinkers construct.
Yeah, there's so
And
much
the-
you can do. In
And
it.
the enemies in there are
And then there's like the forges that you can make,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
like,
those are so much
the
fun to
coal,
play with and maintain.
the coal like blast
The
furnace.
furnace, yeah,
Yeah,
blast
the
furnace.
blast
There we
furnace
go.
where you
God.
basically make the forge, only cover it, and it turns into like a big.
I
And
love
then
that as a
there's
way to deal with
really-
your alloys and stuff. I love that as a method. That's so
But
much fun.
see, the thing is, in Sky Factory, that's just early game. As soon as you get like a nuclear reactor that's creating like 10 million power like a second, and then you can power like electrical furnaces
all
and
of
stuff
your
like that.
all of your industrial stuff and your ME stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
and you
it's-
get that from a tree.
a tree.
A tree.
And,
One
That's why it's so satisfying.
Yeah, it's I dig that.
And how everything.
And
came
then
from one
there's-
Like
tree.
you can make
bigger
a fucking
trees.
montage of it.
There's actually one tree that breaks the game, I believe.
Oh, the giant rubber tree. Oh
No,
my
we don't
God.
want to break the game.
That
Make
thing-
sure,
the giant redwoods.
make sure
They,
you
they
giant
drop,
rubber
they're
tree.
dropping super mobs and all
No,
this weird
like
shit.
that was just one of
And-
them. That broke Keith's computer. There's one that break like server fucking computers, and that thing is like 1,000,000 times the size of the one that Keith fucking saw.
yes. Gotta love those games.
It's like shiny, like a fucking enchanted golden apple. It's ridiculous.
The whole tree is shiny?
No, the sapling when it's in your hand.
This is gonna be pretty awesome. I'm pretty stoked on it.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way to kind of simplify the sky thing a little bit, the sky block thing for like vanilla. Because I like vanilla because of all the command blocks, right? You kind of make it a little unvanilla.
Okay, so honestly,
you can be pretty vanilla. You could be a chicken farmer.
So
because you can breed chickens and they have a chance to drop whatever like item you breed them. So you can breed them into like a gold chicken, so they'll drop gold.
What?
And
That's
like,
ridiculous.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
So
be a simple farmer. Just
okay,
farmer Kyle out there just breeding your chickens all day.
I have another idea.
Watch out for the unstable cow.
Oh no!
Oh, there's
there's some some really cool stuff. Like there's compressed mobs, and when you kill it, it spawns like 8 of the same mob, and you're like, fuck! like you're fighting a compressed spider, and then just 8 spiders.
Well, and there's also like cows when they spawn. They're called fluid cows, and you can go milk them every single day, and it gives you the molten fluid. Like it'll be like a gold freaking fluid cow, and then you run up to them, you grab a fucking bucket of gold out of them,
and then you can go throw that into the smeltery.
What is going on here?
There's so much good stuff in that one.
But
there's blood magic. You can summon demons.
I can't get over the milking my cow for gold. Oh yeah.
So
come here, Midas is what I would name him.
So an idea could also be running a vanilla server and a Sky Factory server.
Maybe. I started a Realm servers a handful of times. That might be something that we can look into again. But either or, I just want to play some Minecraft again. I think because it's been such a long time since I haven't played the the last update?
Because my thought process is like, even if it was of which the vanilla server would be running 24/7 and the other one wasn't, like
I don't know. Maybe it might not be a good idea to have 2 servers because you're like splitting interest.
Yeah.
If you got everybody in one place doing something, that could.
What if he's running one week and one another?
Nah. Again, that's the same thing.
I don't feel like playing vanilla this week.
It's like, I'm just not gonna play this week because I want to play the other one. But let's not make it too complicated. We know what we want. I think it's basically decided that we're gonna do Sky Factory. So whenever B-Rad gets out of the woods, hopefully he's punching trees, and bring us back some wood. We will get on some Sky Factory.
Yeah.
I think. Hopefully Brad has some time. He's so busy these days with his family and his kid. Jeeps. He's the only one of us that has a child, I believe, right?
I hope so.
I sure hope that.
Steve's like, I got a couple of gremlins running around somewhere. They don't know they're mine. You're terrible.
And I'm kind of only 17. That would be fucked up if
we actually not.
He's only 17.
Make sure you cut that part right there, B-Rad. We actually probably don't want to tell anybody how old you are. Has that been mentioned before?
Yeah, it's been said.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oops. Well, there's a little cut that you have to do there, Brad, so... Sorry. He's not even going to listen.
That is definitely going to stay. I'm pretty sure I'm going to edit this episode.
Are you?
That would make more sense. When he's not,
that would make more sense. Well, I mean, he would listen to it probably before you edit. I mean, because he still has to listen to it through when he edits, right? Anyways, we need to get off of the insides of the show. Anyways,
I want to talk about my game real quick.
What do you got a game you want to talk about? What is it?
It is
Another one?
Pay to Win Front 2. I don't know.
Pay to Win Front 2. That's perfect.
Battlefront
I love it.
2.
I'm moderately familiar with what's going on, and basically, as far as I could tell, the gaming community is up in a rage about
and they're winning too.
Model.
They're winning for once.
They actually EA released some press releases talking about how sorry they are, and they're like, "Oh well, I can tell this is ruining." Anyway, sorry.
Let me go into some more details. So, Josh is very unfamiliar with this. So, Battlefront 2 came out. The developers made progression in the game tied to loot boxes. So you can't progress, you can't buy stuff unless you get credits out of loot boxes. Plus, they tied the amount of credits you get to buy these loot boxes to just time played, not skill level in any way. You can go into a game and AFK the entire game and get the same amount of credits as somebody who got 100 kills that game.
Oh jeez.
That's gross. That's gross as fuck.
There's some real bad details. So the cost to begin with, the cost to unlock the most popular characters like Vader and Luke and stuff like that. All the characters, that's basically all people want to play freaking Star Wars for is the awesome Jedi characters.
I want to be Luke. I want to be Vader. I want to be Boba Fett, perhaps.
I want to be fucking Yoda. Start out costed 8,000 credits to unlock Luke and Vader as the highest tier.
That's how much it was in Battlefront 2 on the original. Was 8,000 units.
But you get 200 credits per game. And that's just to buy a loot box.
And so you can AFK for however many games it would take to get to.
Now there's,
I
got some details. Really I had it brought up here. Give me a second. So this is to unlock everything in the game. To unlock everything in the game, it would equate to 4,528 hours, or you'd have to pay $2,100 in like real money to buy loot boxes.
To rich or have no life and
basically.
Yeah,
and it's just a really bad system.
Yeah, and it's like, it's crazy because the loot boxes, like, you get like 20 of like the crafting credits, which lets you craft like the specific stuff you want, or you can just get it randomly out of the loot boxes. So people have blown up about this shit. Like, I don't know if you know who Angry Joe is. Yeah, Angry Joe like talked to one of the developers right before the game came out, and he's like, "What's going on? This is ridiculous. Like, is stuff going to change?" The developer basically just kind of like sidestepped every question. And was like,
what?
Wait, what were you saying?
Mad.
You don't sidestep. You do not sidestep questions.
And Angry Joe was super nice about it. Like, he didn't blow up on the guy, like, because the guy was very clearly sidestepping all of his questions. And like, he's like, "Oh yeah, we just want it to be satisfying when people unlock stuff." Like,
well, I mean, yeah, I agree with that, but the model that you're using,
it's not satisfying.
It's not satisfying.
That's quite opposite. Yeah,
borderline gambling too.
No, that's part of what the thing is. So the devs got into this like an AMA or something, and he was answering questions about it. And one of his answers is the most downvoted post on Reddit ever by like I think it's like at like 500,000 downvotes now.
Oh my goodness! What? So what is it?
They got destroyed. I don't know if I can find it. It'll take me a second to find it.
Okay, no worries. Don't worry about it. No, yeah, but I can definitely tell that the entire gaming community is in a rage about this.
Yeah,
they're absolutely ridiculous.
People are boycotting the shit out of it. Like they're.
I've never seen a game receive so much hate, receive so much please speak with your wallet book in this particular case. EA.
And EA is backpedaling so fast right now.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
But they're still sticking to their shadiness. So the first thing they did, the first update to the game, they're like, we're reducing the cost of everything by 75%. So now, like, what? Instead of $80K to unlock it, it's like $15K or whatever. I'm not good at math.
I don't think that's the issue.
But no, and then there's more after that. They're like, okay, we're taking away being able to buy loot boxes with real money. So they backpedaled on that too.
Okay.
But they put a little caveat. They said, until a later date when we can figure it out.
What are you going to figure out? I mean, okay, some microtransaction models work okay, but they are all still, and this is something that's huge going on in the game community right now, is they're talking about how this is gambling. This is not good for people. Some people struggle with addiction.
It's made like national news and stuff for being gambling.
And there's for kids,
entire
for
countries
children,
banning this game now because the loot boxes are considered gambling.
And I don't particularly like games that require you to spend more money after you've already spent an initial $60 to get to the game. And it's probably more than that too, because as far as I remember, those games are about $80 or something because you want to get the season pass, right? Otherwise you miss out on a lot of content.
Yeah, that's the thing. They already have all these season passes. Well, why are we paying for more than the season passes if you buy a season pass, you're already dedicated. And most of the people that are buying the season passes pre-order it with the game,
and then you drop more microtransactions on and which is an actual literal pay-to-win model too, especially when it comes to PvP as far as I understand.
That's exactly what it was. It's pay-to-win. You want to pay $2,100, you have everything unlocked. You can go into a game, pick Luke, and just wreck everybody because nobody else is going to have Luke because it's going to take 40 hours to unlock one character.
And their game worlds could be great, but because of them putting this stuff in, The games aren't quality anymore.
I think
they're killing the quality.
I think
of the
there are
games.
some people that really wanted this game to be good, and they're just getting
I wanted this game
shit
to be
on.
good.
They're just getting shit on. And to be fair, the campaign looks really good, but you're saying that you require that unlock system to get through it, right? That's fucking ridiculous. Well, so it's not in right. So
No. Not for the campaign. You can just go through the
campaign is okay.
But for any of the multiplayer, which is most of the game, like I don't think the campaign, from what I've heard, the campaign was good, but not very long.
That's another problem I have about a lot of these modern games too, especially your Battlefields, your Call of Duties, stuff like that. It's so
quick
much
campaign.
Yeah, quick campaign.
Why?
because they want to focus on the multiplayer more. That's why, because people play the multiplayer more. Let's look at Grand Theft Auto 5, for example. How well has that multiplayer done? Oh my god.
Yeah, but I feel like, although it is kind of grindy if you don't want to pay, I feel like GTA did a much better job with their microtransactions. They're like, you can pay money to like skip this grind, but it is an obtainable grind. Like if you're good, like you can just like do heists and you get like a quarter, half.
The heists are actually really fun. We were talking about raids earlier. Heists are similar to that.
You don't even have to be you don't have to be good. You just have to like understand the game good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only a couple parts in some of those heists where you there's one where you have to be really stealthy and you have to kill a bunch of dudes at the same time.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest parts.
But people back out of those all the time and to get a different one, don't they?
I don't even know. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto Online. To me, it's like it's cool. It looks fun. Well, it has been fun. I've had some fun with it, but it's too much, man. They're just dropping all kinds of ridiculous stuff. The only stuff that I really like are like those crazy racetracks that they put out with all the loops and shit.
Dude, the stunt races are the best part.
The stunt races, yeah.
I'll go. Me and one friend go in there. We're not even actually racing each other. Whenever they come out with new stunt races, we'll just go and enjoy the map.
Yeah, because they're just super fun.
They've got these new like transformed stunt races now, where there's like these things where you jump through and you'll turn into a plane and you have to be part as a plane.
That's so cool. That reminds me of like
a super motorcycle.
Banjo-Kazooie back in the day.
It's so awesome.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I do have to say, they did a really good job at understanding what their community likes to do. Insane shit. We like to throw our cars in the air and see what we can get them on top of.
They added a legit Batmobile.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's that bike, too, that you could jet around in. That's insane.
Oh, like the little
I don't know what it's called.
plane bike thing?
Yeah, but it's just got a fucking jet in it on the back of it, dude. You jump it
wings,
jump it off of something, and you hit that booster, and you go flying. It's fucking ridiculous.
There's so much stuff. There's like you can get like bomber planes now and actually drop bombs.
Yes, what?
So
that game is insane. That'd probably be so awesome.
I can't wait for Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2. What is? I think I heard something about this not coming to PC. Is that true?
No, it is. I think just later.
Oh,
they're doing another delay.
Why do we always get crapped on by Rockstar's PC people? Because I'm looking forward to Red Dead. Rockstar, top 5 favorite developers.
Yeah, for
Bully. All of the Grand Theft Autos I've played since Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Red Dead Redemption 1 is one of my favorite
games
of all time.
Red Dead Redemption was one of the most fantastic games where you end the game and they give you a little bit more to do, and usually you just like, whatever. But you were like so invested in his character and his story that you really wanted to go finish that off.
Good. So good.
Did you play Red Dead Redemption?
Nah.
How about you?
Dude,
I think I played it a little bit, but I didn't.
Oh, you guys are scrubs.
I own it like twice over.
Yeah.
Seriously, I highly recommend that and Bully. I know they're older games. Red Dead holds up really well.
Red Dead does hold up.
Red Dead holds up really well. It looks good. Bully was fantastic. I played that game when I was like 17 years old or something like that. I was like away for Christmas at my mom's house, and I put like a handful of overnighters into it, like one after another, and that game is just so much fun. It's ridiculous. You're just a little kid running around the city punching freaking cops in the dick.
Basically,
that sounds like a fantasy.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was the best thing too. Is like you pass out at like 11 o'clock or something like that. So if you're out too late, you just fall asleep on the ground.
It's like The Sims or something. Where they go to sleep and then just fall asleep on the floor.
Literally just flops over and then you just wake up in your bedroom.
Who brought you there?
How did I get here?
What the hell?
That game was insane, dude.
I didn't know that about that game. That's funny.
Well, you should have played it, man. It was really good.
I don't know.
It's a Rockstar game, and they do really well with world building.
Really
they do so good.
I don't know.
So good.
I just don't like the gameplay of it.
Whatever.
Oh man.
You had the coolest weapons. I hated wrist rockets. You were throwing eggs and stink bombs at people. You had a skateboard, but I was always so mad because you can't do anything on the skateboard but like 180s and 360s.
I want to do some dope ass shit.
I know. I'm like, I want to kickflip this, and I'm a skater. I've been skating for like 10 or 15 years of my life, something like that. And so any game that gives me a skateboard that's not like a skate game, I'm like, will you guys please add some ollie mechanics or like a kickflip or some whatever, you know, cool stuff to make that more interesting, especially for like Grand Theft Auto. They had in every Grand Theft Auto there's a skate park.
And there's no
ride, and you got a bike.
Now,
you got a bike, and you can kind of ride the pipe like you actually would ride the pipe in real life, but it just doesn't quite work. You can only get like one.
It's pretty solid in GTA.
Hits.
You can get good at it.
In GTA 5,
yeah,
GTA 5 was better. Probably my favorite one to play around with that was in GTA San Andreas.
Oh
because
yeah,
you had that skate park was huge.
There was no bikes in 4.
I don't know. 4. I didn't like 4 that much. I just kind of played through the story really quick and didn't. The only cool thing about
he's a skater. He's not a biker. He doesn't pay attention to bikes.
The best part about 4 was that swing set glitch.
Oh,
you can launch
yes!
a car a million miles.
Yes, you can send yourself like.
Oh, it was so good. And then people have been finding them in GTA 5. There was one where you get like a bicycle under like one of the little like safety guard things at like a guard post.
Just launch it. I love how Rockstar 2 is just like when you find these things, they're just like, oh well, that's just a cool thing. We're gonna leave that there. Just leave this here.
Yeah, that's another thing. These games, like, I understand cleaning up the game, but what they take some fun things out. Like Destiny has a big problem with taking some of the funner aspects of
like what.
I don't remember because like I would just like when they do it I started getting too used to it.
I'm not even playing this game anymore. Duh.
But like they take out just glitches like who cares somebody's going through the map.
Oh well,
and like
I do in a game like Destiny where you actually have to work for your rewards. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about like
this isn't just in good fun, but in Destiny it's serious.
Well, it's like not like going through the map and then glitching back into a part where you shouldn't be yet, but like glitching into like the stuff that they haven't completed yet. That's not that has no game stuff to it. Like,
challenging yourself a little bit more. I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm still gonna whip everybody's ass.
Well, I mean, like most of it's like visuals, like finding like the spots where like if you go through Kingsfall map, you can go through it and they have these big cannons in this one area. And
can you shoot yourself out of the cannons?
No, they're just visual cannons.
No.
Nothing's
pretend.
Yeah, I pretend all day.
But they look similar to some of the stuff from Bungie's other game.
Halo.
Yes.
The good one. I was so disappointed in Bungie when this game came out. I was like, Halo was such a good game. What happened?
Yeah,
They had some really good ideas, and they had audacity to call it a MMO when it came out. It's like, you gotta be kidding me, right?
It's like the least MMO, pseudo MMO.
All right, let's not talk about Destiny anymore. Way too much Destiny talk today. I actually want to hear a little bit about Overwatch.
Yeah.
Josh has played the new support hero.
So like just recently, I think I talked about it last time, but they just recently released.
Like she was released between the last time we recorded and now, I believe, right?
Yeah, like she was released within the past couple days. Like they still have another like 2 weeks before they even allow her to be used on competitive mode, just in case she needs balancing.
Of course, yeah, because sometimes you can break it so hard. I've been a huge healer fan. I play a lot of Ana, a lot of Lucio because you have to. Because
so
she's the best healer.
You are a big healer.
I would say I was primarily a healer main, either Lucio, Ana, or
Mercy?
No, Zenyatta.
Zenyatta's fucking awesome. I love Zenyatta.
I think Mercy.
Mercy's okay. I don't like her super though. Her super relies on everybody dying. I talked about this before.
No,
I know it's different. I know it's different now.
We talked about this last time.
I guess I need to play more Overwatch. But now that there is a new healer, all these games that I say I'm going to play, I definitely. But please, what are her abilities?
So Moira, she has her 2 hands is pretty much her basic.
I have 2 hands too. Oh my god! Wow, we're so much alike.
Those are her basic attacks, or her 2 hands. So and it's really interesting because the left trigger uses her right hand, and the right trigger uses her left hand. And I found that kind of weird. It was kind of distracting, honestly. But,
well, you can switch it, but sorry.
So Moira, her L2, so her right hand is like a black, like connection, like Symmetra.
So that's your damage dealer.
Like Symmetra. Yeah, that's her,
so it like latches on.
That's her
DOTs,
damage. That's her damage move, where she latches onto them, but it has a lot longer range. The Symmetrist does. She latches onto them and she gets lifesteal from them as she's damaging
with the
DOT
Symmetra damage
with like a tracking to where like you don't have to actually aim in the center of your screen. It'll kind of go.
Just kind of needs to be in front of you.
Yeah, Symmetra, Winston, those characters have it. And then her left hand, if I remember right, is a healing, like, and it's like just like a healing blast, and it does like an AoE. So like if all your buddies are grouped up in one area, you can just blast them with this fucking AoE healing, and it heals them all.
And so so it's cooldown ability.
So as you use your basic attack to link up to them, and you're getting your health from them, you're also getting what they call biotic energy, which fills up your gauge that you can use to heal your buddies.
So, would you consider her a main healer? You know how there's like
that's what I was saying. Is I feel like she's kind of a pseudo support type person.
Some more type of an Ana, where it's not like huge heals, but she's better at.
Like I believe Moira is one of those characters. Like I was saying with Ana.
So wait,
earlier.
there's more abilities, right? What else does she do?
Well, I feel like she is meant to be with another healer.
Really?
Like, you would need to have 2 healers in the team for you to use her. Granted, you can use just her, but
it's
it
not
won't be
quite
very effective. Like, maybe that would be more of like an attack healer rather than a defense healer.
So she got a damage over time. She's got a burst heal. What is her
and
like,
then her
utility
other ability that she has, it's her L1 on my case. It's like a dash where she goes invulnerable and dashes really fast.
She become invisible in that?
Kind of. It's more just like a black thing. But, like, yeah, she pretty much disappears out of sight. And you're like, where the fuck did she go?
Oh, no!
And it's really glitchy. Like, I keep on, like, going through walls and shit with that
awesome.
ability. Yeah.
Talking about glitching.
So, like, I'll just, like, use the ability and I'll pop up right behind him and I'll be like, sweet, this is not where I was expecting to be, but I'm down for this.
Got you! And you start your DOT on her.
Yeah. And then her other ability is she launches out like an orb. And so you press the ability to start it up, and then you pick which one of the orbs you want to launch, the damage orb or the heal orb.
Oh, okay, so you kind of have 2 heals in.
And it yeah, you can. So it shoots out this orb, and it bounces off of geometry.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, you can send a damage orb into, like, a hallway and make it just bounce on the hallway, and as soon as it starts linking to somebody, it slows down the orb. Okay. And it travels at the same speed as
Catch that tracer while she's running down the hallway.
Yeah, so it could be... you could be using it as a damage to get them when they're in an area, or you could be using it to heal your buddies. But the only thing is your buddies actually have to travel with the orb to be able to get mass healing out of it.
Okay.
So
it sounds
she's
like
kind of an initiator healer character.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's kind of weird.
It sounds like she can kind of hold her own. She can be with like a flanker type character, like a tracer or something, and be able to hold her own and still put down some damage and force people off.
I was thinking she'd be really good with Doomfist.
Oh yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. Hell yeah, dude.
But and then her ultimate is she does like a fucking damage healing Kamehameha blast. Pretty much.
Is it a skill shot? You have to aim it in the line.
Yeah, you have to like aim it, and if you hit allies with the shot, it heals them. If you hit enemies with the shot, it damages them. So, like, if there's just one, like, straight pathway where there's a bunch of allies and a bunch of enemies... Oh, yeah, and it also passes through shields, like Reinhardt's shield.
Oh, really? Okay,
cool. It goes right fucking through it.
Does her main attack do that, too?
No.
It sounds like it would, because if Symmetra's does
I don't think it does.
I think,
I don't think it does.
Oh,
I think that's actually a big problem, is actually controlling which character you want to actually use your DOT damage on. That's kind of a problem that I was having with her, like, because Reinhardt would just pull up his shield, and then, like, it would just link to some other character, and I'd be like, motherfucker.
I don't like that. I feel like that kind of attack should go through shields.
But, like, Winston's doesn't go through shields, Symmetra's doesn't go through shields. So.
Doesn't it? Winston's goes through shields, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
I could be wrong about that.
Actually, you know, like, I could see why they might not want it to go through shields.
I know.
If it would destroy the shield, maybe? Or...
Yeah, you can use it to damage the shield.
Yeah, okay. That works. Because I was pretty sure Symmetra's in particular doesn't go right through the shield.
Or even if it does go through the shield, it like doesn't go do full damage and damages the shield and the person a little bit.
I am not 100% on that. Anyway,
I don't know. I'm planning on getting that for the computer and also trying to stream that game as well.
Streaming Overwatch? Hell yeah, Overwatch is really fun. I love the game. I put quite a bit of time too.
I've learned one thing is I don't like playing with people online. I like playing with like people I know.
Oh
like,
yeah, I get that.
It's like I know these. I know my clanmates. I even visited a couple of them once, but
Overwatch is the type of game.
Just
it breeds toxicity, and you can't get away from it. There are so many like 12-year-old kids who just want to fuck your mom. And then there's the people that are like, oh, why are you playing this healer right here? That guy sucks. He's not meta. No, you gotta play meta or be
the meta fucking children. Mm-hmm. I hate people.
No, it's got to be like these 3 characters absolutely, or get out scrub. I don't like that. I like playing games for fun.
That's one thing I really like about Smite is there's really no meta.
No?
It's always like there's a little bit of a meta in the items sometimes, but it's like whoever you're good with, whatever character you're good with.
Such as Paragon.
Is that same in Paragon too?
Yeah, Paragon there's an anti-meta is mostly what it is.
It's more about how you play and how you build, right? Than what character you use.
Well, also it's kind of like and the builds counter the other team's builds, and like a lot of half the time you're trying to build yourself a badass build, and then half the time you're trying to pick cards that counter the other team's cards.
Yeah, the only problem I usually have with that game is, like I said, playing with other online people.
Yeah. You're
trying to see this team forming, and it's like the last 2 or 3.
That's how I feel about PUBG. More than any game in PUBG,
people.
I love playing squads, but I only ever play with a small group of friends. I've Drop Zone podcast. We're just shameless plug those guys because I love those guys. So Drop Zone started a community where they have a really awesome Discord with a bunch of dudes. You can almost always get in the Discord and find a team to play with, and they're all really cool people, man. I love them. And those are the guys I play with most of the time. Drop Zone guys. So now that you guys are getting the PUBG cracking, we should definitely play. So I know Steve has it, and this guy. Can we get Brad in on it? And you don't have it though, do you?
What PUBG? No,
I didn't think so.
I don't have a computer.
I feel like you wouldn't like that game very much, would you?
He watches me play it, and he gets into it. It's just like once he gets started with it, he's gonna have to get used to the controls of it because it's on computer and it's not on a fucking controller.
The WASDs.
One of the things I want to do, because for a game like that, it might be funner to have a joystick.
Oh. Well, so we go back to the disadvantage that you have while using a joystick versus a mouse. You're just quicker with the mouse, period. There's reaction time is far superior. But, I mean, that's not the same for everybody, right? I actually know a guy I play with pretty often who has the craziest setup. He uses a joystick in the left hand to move.
Really?
And he uses his mouse.
Move? That would be nice.
He uses his joystick in his left hand and he uses his mouse in his right hand to aim and everything. It's this weird combination. And then on top of that, when he drives, he has a freaking wheel. And he uses pedals and a wheel to drive. This guy has the most insane setup. And not only that, he has HOTAS. If you're not familiar with that, it's just like a flight simulator stick and a little... And he uses that as part of the game too. I don't know how he uses that, but he just has like the craziest setups. Man, it's pretty insane.
See, that's another
so
thing.
Maybe you could try a combo of that too if you don't like the WASD.
That's another thing is like people when they buy joysticks they go looking for a joystick. I'm gonna look for something like a flight simulator joystick because like
I don't know.
You don't want
that'd be interesting.
They're more.
I know, right? I'm gonna be the craziest
with my flight simulator stick.
Yeah. So is it the left hand or the right hand that's worse for you when it comes to mouse WASDing? Or you just probably don't even do a lot of it because
the keyboard has always been this hand. Like it feels weird, and I broke my hand a few years ago.
Oh
and
no!
It felt weird.
Oh no!
And it's just the pinky bone, but you say just the pinky bone. And it just feels so,
that makes sense, right? Because
different.
like you lose like what is it like 80% of your grip strength or something like that without your pinky, right? And just in general, your pinky is actually very useful, regardless if it's so small and seems so insignificant.
Definitely the finger that cramps up the fastest.
Yeah, right. Oh, definitely. And you got like sticking out over here.
Yeah,
like,
I got the same thing. I've broken my left pinky before, and
hand.
like my finger, like sometimes it like gets all cramped up and it like locks up, and I'm like, I can't play this.
The messed up thing about it is it's the knuckle and right there.
Oh, and right there.
Right at the joint.
Right there.
And right there, for everybody who can't see, it's the knuckle and slightly above the
friendly.
Knuckle. Yeah, right.
Boxer fracture.
We're really good at this, you guys.
That too. From punching someone.
From
Which is why it's called a boxing fracture.
Oh man.
Me was I was drunk and I was with the wrong friends and looking for. It wasn't like
off wrestling with some friends. I was drunk. We were like 10.
I've been really lucky. I've never broken a bone in my life. I don't know how.
Right.
I was an idiot as a kid. I skateboarded.
I don't remember if it's
through
22
most
or
of my
23.
teenage years. I used to jump off of roofs for fun. I don't know why. I would just at 10 years old, I'd just get on top of a roof and be like, oh yeah.
If you do it right,
I have no idea.
If
why.
you do it right off off of one story.
Yeah, it's fine. We used to jump off Jimmy's roof all the time.
My old best
I think we.
My old best friend was playing with his brother on top of the roof and fucking stepped backwards off of his roof.
Oh,
And
not cool.
fractured his uterus.
His uterus?
His
Pelvis?
pelvis.
Okay,
That's
because
right.
I'm like, he and uterus do not belong in the same sentence.
Yeah, his pelvis.
Oh my god.
That is great.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
Good job. Good job,
Anybody
everybody.
got more games they want to talk about?
Oh, man, I don't even know.
I have
So-
one game I
stories, or
really
should we
missed.
do
One
the
thing that I
tour
did
minigame?
want to say though about Overwatch that I've actually played a bit of the Call of Duty World War II
Ew.
recently.
Gross.
And
Sorry.
I was looking at the war, and war is pretty similar to like Overwatch in the sense of
Yeah.
pushing objectives and trying to capture
Is that a
zones.
game mode?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually really like it. Like, I'm
It's
very
actually-
tempted to buy that game because
War
I-
is definitely a good part of it.
I
It's a
do
good-
not
Good
support
game mode.
Call of Duty anymore. No. I don't even know why I said that. But yeah, oh man, they lost my interest so long ago.
This one-
And you're
Well,
not
this-
going to get
this
it back.
one's different. This
I've been
one's
getting
different.
down with it.
They all say the same thing. They all
This
say they're
one's-
different,
this
and they're
one's good.
just the same. You shoot at people who aren't.
Well, they've brought a different.
You're like, I want to
aspects
shoot
it.
at real people. Damn it!
No,
Why can't they just put me in a fucking battle
Call of
arena
Duty.
already?
Call of Duty is so repetitive. You know, you spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn. If you're really
Well,
good,
maybe
you
get
kill a
good,
crap
and
ton
then
of
you
people.
you
Yeah,
don't spawn die,
whatever.
spawn die.
Yeah, and then spawn dies some more. That's my experience. At least I was kind of good at Call of Duty back at like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. That was the only one I was any good at. It was fun. It was fun because it had simpler weapons and simpler
That's why this
mechanics
one's
in
fun.
general.
That's why this
Is
one's
it?
fun.
Yeah.
Simple weapons,
I
simple
guess
mechanics.
agree with that. Right? Because a game doesn't have to be overly complicated in order to grab people's attentions. Let's look at PUBG, for example. PUBG, I believe, just won Game of the Year award.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of
Game
flack.
of the Year war is like subjective. Like every magazine ever has a game of the
I
year.
know,
award,
but I mean,
so-
it's kind of a big deal, right? Out of all the games that came out this year, they're saying that this is
It's Mr. Shitty Graphics PUBG.
best games, and you know, people are raging about it because it's not a full release
it's early
game
access.
yet.
Why was that one
But you
game?
know what? That's not that big of a deal in
the
my opinion.
potential is more than
Well,
what
not even
full
that.
release. Like like
It's
still
the release date is this arbitrary number that says that this game is fully released. That doesn't matter. What it is there is a game that millions and millions of people are playing.
Yeah.
And it has been consistently the top game on Steam. It was the first
Yeah.
game I seen take over League of Legends on
Yeah.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Crazy.
This game in its early access state is this good. Imagine what it's going to be like when it's fully released.
That's what I feel like
Just
about
added-
Paragon, dude. That is like textbook what I feel like about Paragon. I'm
Paragon
like,
needs
because
to-
it's supposed to be on a full release early next year, and I'm like, oh, thank God, it's about fucking time.
Doesn't matter.
People
Doesn't
want
matter
to
that
keep on
much.
looking at Paragon like it's a typical MOBA.
And you want
It's a MOBA, but it's not.
It is
It has
definitely
its-
not a typical MOBA, right? It has
Yeah, it's-
very different. The card system is very different.
It has. It's like it's not a shooter, but it has.
I will
the,
talk-
It is
you feel
first
like-
person, right?
Yeah, first
Yeah.
person. and
I
it
will
feels
talk
so
about
different.
this game just about as much as fucking Brad talks about Path of Exile.
Oh, Brad!
Ben,
Brad,
you-
every time a new
You
announcement
spoiled
comes
it.
out,
You spoiled it. What I was gonna do at the end. I was gonna be like, "All right, Brad, tell us about Path of Exile."
you're still good. So, Brad, what about Path of? Every time something new about Path of Exile comes out, Brad has to text me like immediately.
So we went over to his house yesterday because I was picking up a green screen from him, and he was all, "Oh, you guys got to leave right now?" And we were like, "I mean, we were just planning on
Getting
picking this
the
up
green
and
screen,
going.
yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, you guys don't have like 2 minutes?" I was like, "For what?" He's all, "For the Path of Exile expansion trailer." I'm like, "God damn it, Brad."
Dude, he has such a
God
hard on.
damn it, dude.
And I get it. You know, it is a great game. I've actually been playing that quite a bit lately. I did go ahead and I played it through the storyline. The new acts that I hadn't played through. I just took a cookie cutter build. I said the exact same skill I said, Sunder, which is doing incredible damage. I don't have great survivability, but you guys don't know too much about it, right? Because you don't play, kind of.
Well, I played
We've all
more
played
than
a little
him.
bit.
But I remember I gave you that computer because we wanted you to play fucking, or I sold it to you because we wanted you to play fucking Path of Exile with us. And then you're like, I can't figure it out. And we're like, yeah, well, that's the end of that. But yeah, no, I actually did play through the acts. They were really enjoyable. The only thing I didn't like about it, though, and Brad are probably going to be like, whatever, dude. But, is they really didn't add any new areas. They just took all of the same acts and they kind of reskinned some areas and then kind of shot you through a different direction. So it's kind of like playing through the game again, except for there's like new bosses. The cool thing, definitely the bosses. The bosses are really fun, actually. Really different, really, really amazing. And they were hard, too. I was getting my ass beat. Oh,
so
man.
it's really interesting because the way that game is always referenced is like the Loveborn of Diablo 2.
Yes.
And
it is the love child of Diablo 2. It's what Diablo 3 should have been, in my opinion. Diablo 3 is a terrible game, and they just...
It's not Diablo 3. It should have been something else.
My point is
the
just,
character change.
That hype was before my time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just
the Diablo 2. Yeah, we used to play
so I like
Diablo 2 with your brother. He was
I don't
like...
get the same kind of love experience that you guys are like.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Path of Exile.
And I also get the feeling
that. I don't do that type of game.
I also get the
never
feeling
that
that
big into it either.
Brandon kind of tries to shove those games down your throat a little bit.
Oh,
What
you're
games?
talking about like StarCraft and Warcraft.
What is
and
Brandon play?
The old games.
Real-time strategy.
What does Brandon play?
Everything.
What?
Pretty much just as much as... I mean, we have every fucking next-gen console. We have 2 gaming computers. We could play whatever the fuck we want.
That's awesome.
Like...
Hell yeah.
Whatever the hell we want to play. We have, like, every single older gen console except for, like, the PS3 and the Xbox original. Like,
Man, Nintendo 64 was always in your guys' house. I remember, too.
we still have
You
that.
at, like, 4 years old playing Ocarina at a time. And, like, I think you could beat the game, too. I think you knew how, like, 4 or 5 years old to beat Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
He was a badass. I thought that was so fucking
Everybody
cool.
in
This
the house
kid
knew something to tell him about.
This
Yeah.
kid's love for games, you guys, Josh, has been bred into him from various early of ages. Him and his brother Brandon, man, they played so much Nintendo 64.
If
Sparring.
they... Brandon will be with me on some of my streams, so if they
That'd
see
be
the
cool.
streams, you guys will see some of the experience between me and him doing our stupid fucking antics in video games.
That's awesome. It'd be cool to see Brandon again. I haven't seen him in a long time. Me and him never really got along either, though. I kind of fucked with him a lot. And there was this one time,
Everybody
too.
fucked with Brandon a
And
lot,
not to
though.
mention Jimmy kind of...
Yeah,
push
it didn't
that.
help it. Yeah, I didn't help it. One time, I remember your mom got so mad at me one time because I was fucking with him out in the yard, and she would like, and she liked me a lot. Me and your mom are still good friends to this day. I would say if I went to go see her, she'd be like, "Oh my god, how are you doing?"
Well, we're going to see her today. Come
That's
along.
awesome. No, dude, I got crap to do. This is Sunday, and I work Monday through Friday, so I got to get ready for tomorrow. And I worked yesterday too, which sucked, man.
Overtime?
It was hard. Oh yeah, dude. I made some pretty good money though, but that's regardless.
Anyways, like, probably cut that part out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, dude. It's okay. It's okay. We could leave some personal things, and there's not a big deal. Everybody has a job, right? Everybody needs to make that money.
Yeah.
Make that money. How you liking your job? You've been at it for such a long time now.
Yeah, I know.
How long?
It's alright. It's turkey season.
How long?
Almost 5
It's
years.
turkey season.
You know,
I've seen a
turkey
lot of
season
turkeys.
sucks, dude. You get like these insane large pallets full of heavy turkeys.
Yeah.
Oh my
I have to
god.
rearrange all the freezers.
And they're
in the
never
store
in good
every day,
shape
yeah.
either, dude. It's the freaking frozen
It's a
freezer
lot of
still
work,
look
dude.
like it used to
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was And like, what can you do to keep up on it, man? It is so cold in there.
Yeah, the problem is
Everything's
nobody
stuck.
wants to be in there.
Yeah, dude.
And like
it was
half
the
the
worst.
like half of like the second even colder freezer is like frozen. There's like ice everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. If you've never
Brutal.
worked in a freezer before, in like a big industrial freezer, don't.
It's
Don't.
It hurts. It
Unless
just
you're
hurts
does.
being in there.
It does, absolutely.
Unless you're
That
like
sounds
Brandon.
like that's a perfect job for Brandon. Brandon loves the cold.
Well, yeah, actually, that's there are some people who do enjoy the cold that much, but still, it can be pretty miserable.
He went up to Alaska, and I guess it was pretty warm up there when he went.
Yeah, that was
what? Jealous?
that
That's
was-
so cool.
That was his one complaint about going up to Alaska. We were
It's
like,
cold?
"Oh my god, how was Alaska, Brandon?" He's like, "It was
Too warm.
awfully
Cold.
warm."
Oh, what?
He's like, "I was going up there with the expectations of it being extremely cold, and then it was fucking warm as hell."
That's really awesome.
Brandon like messaged me one night at like 11:30. He's like, "The sun just went down." He's like, "I can finally go to sleep now, for God's sakes."
You gotta learn to go to sleep.
What did
Yeah.
you go to Alaska for? That sounds really awesome.
He was working in a fishery.
Okay. Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. We all know how.
All right, you got any more topics anybody want to bring up?
We want to do our mini game, or are we gonna skip it?
You want to do the mini game?
No, we're gonna do that mini game. Let's
Mini
Do
do
the
that.
mini game.
Okay, so it's called higher or lower.
Higher
It's
or
basically
lower?
what you think it is. So it's average monthly searches, and it does randoms, and you have to figure out if the next one it does is higher or lower than the previous one. Here's it.
So
The
give me an
first-
example.
The first one is 12 Angry Men
Uh-huh.
has 110,000 average monthly searches, and versus bulimia. Does bulimia have higher or lower?
Okay, so we got to find out.
Take a
Bulimia
vote. And
has-
there's three of us, so this is perfect. So it'll always be a deciding thing.
So it's either more searches for Angry Men. What'd you say? What was it again?
It is 110,000.
110,000?
Does bulimia have higher or lower?
Then
I say
An Angry
bulimia.
Man.
I say bulimia totally has higher.
Lower.
I
Lower?
think so. We
What do you
have
think, Josh?
what was it? How many Angry Men?
110,000.
110,000.
Well,
So
Angry
like
Men.
was 12 Angry Men?
Have you know? It's a movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I
Oh, what? It's a movie?
Yeah, you guys haven't seen
no,
that
I
movie?
don't. Is it good? Is it a good movie?
No, it's really
I
old. It's
think-
about it's like a court case.
Well, then
I'm not gonna talk about the fucking movie.
Surely
That's not the point.
bulimia has
That's
more.
not the point.
This is no contest. I'm winning right now, you guys. I'm winning.
I'm gonna go for fucking bulimia having more.
Bulimia is
I
heavy.
agree with both of you guys, and it is 450,000.
Yeah, I knew
Okay,
it. There's
so
no
now
way it couldn't be.
that last one stays on there. So bulimia
Bulimia with
450,000
okay.
versus Tom Hardy, the actor. Tom Hardy, Mad Max.
So,
Bane.
I think he's.
what
Gonna
was
be
the
more.
last time he
I
was
think
in a
he's
movie?
gonna be more.
What was the last time he was in a
Mad
movie?
Max was pretty recent, and they
Mad
made
This is
Max.
average monthly searches, so it's like all the whole time. It's just
Yeah.
the average.
I think he's.
I
got
think
cool points.
bulimia
Everybody's
keeps it. Bulimia
Think so?
keeps it.
But you two think it's?
I think it's Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Bulimia
higher?
keeps it.
I think I gotta go with what they do. Tom Hardy way higher with 2.24 million.
What?
Yeah.
People love their Tom Hardy, all right.
Yeah, dude, Tom Hardy's awesome.
It was a movie. It was a video game. Like
But the video
Yeah.
game wasn't even good, and Mad Max is actually really old.
There's one
Isn't
thing.
it?
There's one
Was there
thing
a
about.
remake?
yeah, there was a
I
newer
miss
one.
everything.
There's one thing you haven't seen Fury Road.
No, what? That's not Mad Max. That's
Yes,
Fury
it is
Road.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh. Is it cool?
It's amazing.
You're like,
it's a fantastic movie.
Is
He
it
also
on-
plays Bane.
Is it on DVD yet?
Yes, it is. It's been out for like 2 years.
Are you
Oh my god, I'm so
What
bad
the
at
hell?
this.
You live under a rock or something?
Yeah, dude, I just watch whatever comes on Netflix, man. Stranger Things,
Dude,
Mindhunter.
Stranger Things, man.
Stranger Things was good.
Which season did you like for better? One or
Season
two? 1.
I think they shouldn't have made season 2 personally. Even though I think it was good, but
fucking
by
love
the time
season 2.
by the time season 1 ended, I was like, okay, that was good. That was awesome. You
Why-
can stop right there until the boys spit out the slug. And I was like, oh well, that's where
Spoilers,
they're
Jesus.
obviously. Well, if you haven't seen Stranger Things already, I'm
But
sorry.
there's a lot of people
that's
that
your
have
problem.
it and they're gonna watch it.
That's your problem.
We'll put a thing in
And
there.
that's not even a spoiler. Ooh, a slug comes out of his mouth. What does
yeah,
that tell us
exactly.
about the next
That's
plot?
what I was
Alright,
thinking. Like,
alright.
I've never seen Stranger Things. I was like,
Okay,
what the
anyway,
fuck?
so
Hardy-
Tom Hardy is the fucking
At
king.
2.24 million or Jeep.
Or Jeep.
Jeep, as in like the brand Jeep.
Oh, that's a hard one.
I
or
think
a
it's
no
Jeep.
Jeep.
I think
yeah,
it's Jeep because
100%.
that could
Everybody
Jeep.
thinks it's Jeep, so we're going with higher. It was the same.
What do you mean it was
What?
the same?
2.24 million.
That
So
was
I mean, okay,
They
let's
do round.
dig deeper.
They round it. They round it up and down. So,
So as many people on this earth search for
So
Tom
either-
Hardy
either
and Jeep.
one-
What if
higher
they're
or
searching
lower,
for
there were
Tom
one,
Hardy
so.
Jeep in the same?
Yes.
It's just the same people.
Okay,
All
which
right.
one has more thumbs up?
so Jeep at 2.24 million
Oh, my
versus Temple Run.
Temple Run.
oh
Well,
goodness.
Now I'm
Jeep.
Less.
gonna give you a little something. Temple Run is a
It's
pretty damn
huge.
popular mobile game. Like pretty fucking.
like
popular.
I was gonna say Temple Run. Like,
I still think Jeep.
Oh god.
Jeep.
No.
Watch me be
Temple Run.
wrong.
Temple Run.
This is silly.
So you're both saying Temple Run.
I guess.
Yeah.
So you guys are going with higher.
Temple Run's higher.
Ooh, it's actually pretty close. Temple Run is lower.
Ah,
It's 1.8
yes,
million.
winning.
It still had 1.8 million. No, we all lose. We only got 3. We scored 3.
Well, I said Jeep. What? General consensus.
Right, we'll do another round.
What is this? A democracy?
Yeah.
Apparently.
You have to start convincing people towards your ways.
All right, another round. Let's see if we can beat 3. James Brown at 450,000 versus Charles Darwin.
Jump back
Darwin.
and kill him. Stick.
Darwin had
Ain't
more.
nobody know who the fuck Darwin is
Everybody knows
anymore.
who the fuck
I
Darwin.
know.
Darwin. Let's go with
It's
Darwin.
fucking James
Darwin.
Brown, 100%. James Brown.
I was
Darwin,
saying
Darwin?
Darwin. Because Darwin's a fucking classic.
Ooh, you guys suck.
James Brown, baby. So, well, I mean, James Brown is
Comedian.
younger. He was.
Whoa.
What?
Okay, this one's gonna be fun. Fitbit at 6.12 million,
Uh huh.
or Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So it's football season. How have
Well,
the
that's
Buccaneers
not the
been
point.
doing?
It's average monthly.
So, oh yeah.
The Bucks were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
So
I'm gonna go for Fitbit.
Fitbit, yeah,
Fitbit?
yeah,
Fitbit?
yeah. I got a friend at
Oh
work
yeah,
who just picked up one of those.
368,000 for Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Buccaneers
Nobody
to
cares.
6 million.
300,000 people.
Oh, this one might be easy. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 368,000, or Angkor Wat.
Who? What? No, where?
Angkor Wat.
Who the fuck is Angkor Wat? Is that a
Exactly.
person? All right, then. We're going with Buccaneers.
Yeah, we'll go with Buccaneers, but I know what that is.
It shows a picture of like a temple or something.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit, that's pretty close. Tampa Bay Buccaneers won, but Angkor Wat has 301,000.
Oh shit!
I don't even know what the
I don't
fuck
even know what that is.
I'm
It's
guessing
a
it's like
temple.
a destination.
You
Yeah,
lost
temple
me.
in like fucking.
You guys lost me.
It's
Looks like it's in
Asia.
like Asia.
Okay.
All right,
That's why I
Angkor
know
Wat
it. I'm into Asian culture.
or
Yeah.
Jenga.
What?
What? Sorry.
Angkor Wat at 301,000 or
Or
Jenga.
Jenga.
easy.
Nah, man. Nobody plays Jenga anymore. Who fucking
What?
cares about Jenga?
It's Rumen's Jenga.
I think it's still Angkor.
Jenga.
Jenga.
It's
Jenga.
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 Nobody plays Jenga.
Oh, Angkor Wat won.
Ah!
Kyle
Look, I'm on point,
Kyle is
boys. I'm
killing
on
it, man.
point.
Kyle is killing it. All right, we still haven't beat 3 though. Halong Bay at 110,000.
How long, Bay?
Halong Bay 110,000 or Potala Palace.
Well, I don't know either one of those places, so I'm just shotting in the dark. The Bay.
Well,
I mean, who doesn't like the Bay, right?
Palace.
Whatever Bay it may be.
Palace.
what was it again?
Halong Bay
How long?
or Potala Palace.
Potala Palace.
You have no background reference to go on.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
just have
me
to
neither.
pick
That's
one.
why I'm
both
just
look-
like shot in
they
the
look-
darking.
Both look to be in Asian countries.
You
Yeah,
know what?
I can tell by the name.
Steve-
Let's go for Holling Bay.
You're
Halong Bay
terrible at
Yeah.
this.
lower.
Lower.
Oh yeah, Potala Palace had 14,000.
Uh huh.
Okay. All right. I don't
I
even
still
know if I
won,
need to
but
ask
I
this
like.
one.
I fucking guessed that
Potala
one.
Palace at 1,400.
I
or
fucking guessed it.
14,800 or strip club.
Strip club.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh fuck. What? Strip club and what?
Potala Palace at
Oh,
14,800 or
It's
strip
obviously
club.
strip club. Yeah. I mean, how could it be anything else?
450,000 strip club.
Yeah.
Ooh, 450,000 for strip club or Gillette.
Gillette Fusion.
Strip
the
club.
commercials are on every day.
Yeah, I was gonna go
club.
for strip club
Strip
too.
club.
Strip club, so lower.
Yeah.
Strip.
Gillette had 246,000. That was right.
Nah.
Oh my god, dude, this thing is like referencing the beginning of the episode.
What? What is it? Oh my
Mein Kampf. I said that earlier because you said Minecraft, and I was like, sounded like you were gonna say Mein Kampf.
god. So okay. So
So
what
then
is it? Mein Kampf over
Gillette, yeah.
over Gillette.
Mein Kampf or Gillette. at
Probably
246.
Mein Kampf then.
You think higher for Minecraft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are racist. Okay. Minecraft at 368,000.
Wait, what is Minecraft? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Hitler's book?
Hitler's book? Oh, what? So were we right?
There's a picture of Hitler. Yeah,
Were
you were
we?
right.
Yeah.
That 368,000. The other one had like 200.
I mean, it is far more.
For all the
relevant.
hate he's got, he's still like one of the most popular fucking
Yeah,
people.
I don't know. I don't know if you want to call it popularity.
Okay,
He's-
so
I thought you were gonna say something worse.
You know,
if you go on Wikipedia, within a certain amount of clicks, you can find fucking Jesus or Hitler over every single time. Just try it. Literally,
I wouldn't call it popular. I mean, I guess I could see why you would call it.
it would be more
it's
common.
bad kind of
Yeah,
popular,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
Common.
Why did Jesus cross the road?
What?
To get to
Jesus
Hitler.
cross the road.
Why?
Oh, sorry, I must have dyslexia. He wrote a cross.
Oh
Wow! What is
All right,
going on?
Minecraft at 368,000, or Neymar, who I'm guessing is a soccer player.
I don't. Okay, I'm over this. I don't know what's going on anymore. You gotta give me relatable things, Steve. Is it throwing you random stuff? Is that what it is? Okay.
And you got to get a score. We're at 4. We beat our 3.
we beat 3.
Oh.
The average score is 3.2, so that's pretty good.
Well, one more time. What do we got?
Mein Kampf.
Mein Kampf over
368,000, or Neymar.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely
What
a
is
soccer
Probably
player.
Mein Kampf.
Let's go from Mein
Mein
Kampf.
Kampf still.
Lower? Oh, you guys are going to be wrong.
I need a frame of reference.
Neymar, this obviously very popular soccer player, has 4 million.
Well,
I said, what is Neymar?
I told you 100 times he's a soccer player.
I
said it 100 times.
No, you did not. You're over elaborating here.
All right.
Exaggerating.
Well, we better score 4.
Words.
Do we want
If
to
you would have said soccer player, if I would have heard soccer player, I would have said soccer player.
I mean,
because
we live in America. We don't care about soccer that much. Football.
It says most popular searches. It did not say in America.
You're
it
looking
said
to
most
piss
popular.
a lot of people off there,
Yeah,
my
right.
friend.
I know, man. Our
And
whole
not to
European
mention-
audience,
Are we
all
try- are we
one or
gonna
two
try-
of them, are gonna totally
Are
hate
we going
us.
to try to beat
Oh.
4?
Oh no, I'm
No,
over
it's
it.
good, okay.
I'm over it. That game is.
We got a nice gif of a
That
cat
game
beating up
is
some
silly.
paper.
Oh man, what? Ah, what is going on? I need something that I
It was
understand.
showing like JonTron and
Okay,
stuff last time we lost.
one more.
One more? One more what?
One more of your game.
Oh,
you got this famous soccer player, 4 million hits.
What the heck? Okay, the Bourne Ultimatum at 90,000,
Uh-huh.
or Sheldon Adelson.
I don't know who Sheldon
Me
is.
neither. There's also no picture. It's just a black screen.
It's not helping us.
I don't know what the...
Let's go with Bourne. Let's go with
Bourne?
Bourne.
Bourne? Yes.
Yeah,
Sheldon Adelson
nah.
at 400 or
Which does,
49,000.
to be fair, those movies weren't even good, though. Why just
Sheldon
anybody-
Adelson at
Everybody was-
49,000, or
There's the
Wayne.
many fucking
Wayne
watched it,
Rooney.
though.
Wayne Rooney?
He's wearing a sports jersey.
I think it's Wayne Rooney because he's wearing a sports jersey.
Wearing a sports jersey. Yeah, 550,000.
All right.
Wayne Rooney at 550,000, or orange.
Okay, that's enough
Is
of
that
that.
enough?
You can find our show on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, basically anywhere that social media and uploads are done, I guess. We try to put out really awesome videos on YouTube, but they don't go so well all the time. Please to subscribe. Check us out at Twitter at Fools Banter, or on Facebook by going to our facebook.com/foolsbanter. Pretty easy.
Details for the
Josh wants to
streams will be
stream,
in the description.
so check the
Yeah.
show notes for all of that stuff. Please
Yeah.
rate and review us on iTunes. It's very useful. It gets us some more eyes, some more ears on our podcast. Of course, we want to branch out to a broader audience. And any feedback that you can give us on how to improve the show, or stupid questions. I love stupid questions. I don't know about these guys, but you can send me the stupidest questions.
They can also be good questions.
Yeah,
They don't have to
or
be
good
stupid.
questions, but whatever, we like it when people provide us things to talk about. That is good for us.
I'm just gonna go make an alt account and put on a shit ton of fucking stupid ass questions for you guys.
No, can you not do that? Can you not do that? Well, thank you everybody for listening to the Fools Banter podcast. We are a bunch of fools, and this week, next week,
Brad wanted me to recommend.
Oh, that's right.
YouTuber,
And we want to recommend a YouTube channel.
Somebody I've been watching. You said you were familiar with him last time.
Okay.
His name's Mad Vlad, or that's his
Mad Vlad. What does Mad Vlad do?
He is pretty generic Let's Player, but he's pretty fucking funny.
What does he play?
He started out playing The Forest. I don't know if you heard that game, but he's super big into like survival games.
Yeah.
Like he's been playing Ark recently.
Okay, that could be. Does he play Rust? I love
just started
watching
a Rust series, actually.
You can see some of the craziest things on Rust. Oh my goodness. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. He's kind of up and coming. He's got like...
Okay.
Like, I'm looking at his Twitter right now. He's got 12K followers, but when I started watching him on YouTube, he would get like 30 views on a video. Now he's getting like couple 100,000, I think.
Awesome. That is somewhere we aspire to be at someday.
Yeah.
Get on that audience. We're counting on you.
He streams on Twitch and stuff too. His Twitch, /Mad Vlad.
Mad Vlad on YouTube, you guys.
At Mad Vlad. It's MADDVLADD.
Make sure you go check that out. Give him some likes. Give him some love.
He coins himself as a space pimp.
All right, everybody. Remember, clean your butts and be a space pimp, apparently.
Yeah, be a space pimp. One last thing, if you're a dude on a roof, don't fall off and break your uterus.